Hi guys, Dr. Jonathan Chantal here, and today I'm going to show you how to change an image view size dynamically, or you can also say programmatically. So let's get into it. This is a very easy subject, but believe me, I have seen a lot of people ask this question on the internet, so I decided to make a video on it. While I'm going to show you the activity main, if you would like, always subscribe to my channel to get more information, and it will also show some love. But let's dive into it. Our activity main has an image view and a button. So if you go to this design, you see that an image and a button. When you click on this button, this image view should change. So let's get into the code, baby. At first we need to define our image view. So image view, let's call it image, is find view by ID and the cast of course on the image view, and we need to do a little fishing into the ID to get the image view 1, baby. Oh yes. And we are going to do the same with the button. I'm going to do a little bit of copy pasting here, but you know, if somebody created copy pasting, you should use it so you can save lives. Now button 1. So we have our image view and our button defined. So the first thing we want to do is we want to add the delegate into the click of our button. If you're not familiar with delegate, I think it's a very good idea to take a look on Google, because this delegate is a very life-saving tool. Believe me if I tell you, but it is a lovely life-saving tool. Okay, now in our button click, we will need to change the image view size dynamically. So how we're going to do this is that we're going to create a layout parameter, and we're going to assign this layout parameter to a width and a height, and this is how we're going to change it, by assigning it to the image view. I'm going to show you right now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a layout parameter. We do that by typing layout params. Be sure that you use Android support .design widget app bar layout params, because be sure not to confuse it with others. And you're going to name it param new layout params. And now we have 7 options as you see here, and we're going to dive right into it to see which of these options are the best for us. So the second option, no. Third, nope, nope, nope. The sixth option is what we want, which is the width and the height. So basically, let's just put some random numbers, 40 and 50. So in the constructor, you want the width and height as constructor. Okay, now we need to assign this layout parameter to our image view, which is called image, which we just declared here. And now we will say layout parameters is param. Is it that easy? Of course not, but it is. It's still easy though, because in image there is a function that a lot of people don't see, or they overlook. If I go here in the description, it says call this when something has changed which has invalidated the layout of this view. So whenever you change everything, you need to call this at the end. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Now we're going to do a quick test run to see if it works. I'm going to pause the video so that when it comes back, I'll let you know. Okay guys, welcome back. Here is the program. When I click on button, it changes. So that's what we want, right? Not exactly. So right now we are giving it pixels, but what you really want to do is you want to give it dense pixels. Remember, in Android everything is in dense pixels. So let's see, if I go to the image view, you see that the width and height is in 250 not pixels, but in dense pixels. So be wary. If you want to get nice results, we gotta put some more effort into it. Now, this function, I like to make it in function because I think it's better. I will create a function that will convert our dense pixels that we want into pixels. Nice, right? I know. Okay, the first that we want is context, and we will name it mContext. I will show you in a bit why we want to do it like that. I always right click, quick actions and refactorings, and we would want using android.content, right? And our second entry that we want, of course, is a float for our DP measures. I'll call it our DP measure, right? Awesome. Now let's whoa. Okay, that's okay. Now the first thing that we want to do is that if we don't have any context, let's say for example it's null, believe me, you wanted to return a 0 or just return. Now we will continue. The first thing that we do is you want to create a variable that takes from this context its resources, because we will be using this variable. Of course, we need to create the integer of the pixels. The integer of the pixels is basically the calculation that we're going to do. So I'm going to do a little bit here of integer to let us know that we want to get an integer value. So typed value, I think I did a typo here. Okay, I missed something. Let's see. I think it's using Android util, right? Okay, so in this typed value we have something called apply dimension. Right on, baby. And we also have we used to have something called it used to be another way, but now it's written in complex unit type dot dip. Basically what we're doing right now is that we're using, I mean, the type value container offer dynamically, and the apply dimension converts an unpacked complex data value holding a dimension to its final floating point. Remember guys, I'm the doctor, I'm telling you how to do these things, but you have to read a little bit also, right? Okay, now here is where we want to set our value, which is our DP measure. If you see, we need to insert the value here, and we also have to have a resource that display metrics, which is what we got earlier, and our semicolon. I want to tell you guys a joke about the semicolon, but I think that's for another episode. Okay, so just a quick summary. If the context is 0, please do not do this, just return. And this are context at resources, we name it R, and the pixels, which is what we return here, with the type value dot apply dimensions complex type unit. The apply dimension basically converts an unpacked complex data value holding a dimension to its final floating point value. So this is basically the whole calculation. Now we will use this. We want to change it to 40 dp, so convert into dp. The context is this. With this it means the class, right? Okay, now, and I will also change the other value, the height, to this. So basically, if you have not followed along, what I just did is that I used this convert dp into pixels. I copy it here, and remember this context means that we're using this class as the context, right? Convert dp into pixels to 40 dp and 50 dp. So now we're going to do a quick test just to show you guys how to do it in dense pixels, because you can do it in pixels, but let's say for example if you already have another size, for example, you will have a hard time trying to get the pixels right. So always convert everything into dense pixels. Okay guys, drum roll. Please give me some drum roll. Oh yes. Now I'm gonna do a button, and boom, in dense pixels. So that's it guys. I hope you like it. If this helped you, please, no, I mean really, just make put some thumbs up on this video and subscribe guys. Please subscribe. I mean, not that I'm begging or anything, but if you like these videos, just subscribe. Dr. Jonathan Chantal here, and see you tomorrow.